This project has really taught me the importance of collaboration and the power of a collaboration. And I say collaboration rather than teamwork because anybody can be a part of a team, but the mindsets and the goals of each individual might be different. They're just there to get along, to get the project done. But a collaboration is a little deeper in that everybody involved has the same vision, they have the same mindset, they have the same goal. Everybody has some level of intrinsic value in the project. Everybody working on the project will not let any moment slip by without making sure that everything is in place. The attention, the detail, the tediousness, that's what really makes a collaboration something a bit greater than just working on a team, and what allows each step of the production process to be magical and great.
The goal is to get the deal done. I care more about integrity, and I care more about making sure that all the business is right. And if we can't do business together, then we just won't work together. If we can't make money together, then we don't need to work together anyway.
Right.
Period. Because the goal is to make some money at this. At least put yourself in position to.
This song came from a place of pain and comfort. And I know that sounds weird, but it was like I got comfortable with feeling less than. I got comfortable with inadequacy. And I always just hope that someone or something out in the world would just tell me otherwise. I just wanted an angel. I just wanted a message to tell me how beautiful I was, because it's like I knew this, but I didn't quite feel it. I wrote this thinking about all of the women in my family, just thinking like, man, if they've ever felt like this, I just hope that they have that voice inside of them that will come out and say, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are the master of your universe. My hope is that this song becomes a mantra for women and for young girls. I believe my true womanhood blossomed when I gave light to this voice. Every time I listen to it, I just am reminded of how grateful I am to have the people who really made this project come to life. A vision that started off as an inkling, as a 1:30-second chorus, and it has blossomed into a whole movement. I'm humbled at the collaboration process and the production process because everybody involved brought something so unique to the table. And I'm just humbled at the lessons I was able to learn from McCarley. Like, she is the essence of what it means to be and to have a collaborative spirit. I am so encouraged to know that she was a part of this process. Everything from start to finish was given the proper attention, and you can't ask for much more when you talk about creating something, when you talk about production. And that has birthed a very powerful song, a very powerful message. I really hope people hear this message from the place it originated from, and that they're able to shine light on that voice that's struggling to be heard within them. So the drum session was any typical drum session. Luckily, thankfully, we had done a walkthrough the week before, so we knew exactly what we needed. It's so important when you're doing any session to any degree. You have to know who's coming, what they're bringing, how many mics you need, how many chords you need, how many inputs you need, how many outputs do you need, as to not waste time. We only had the studio for about 4 hours, even though we were there for 6. We were able to get in, and thankfully the drummer, Otis, Logan, he was early. He beat me there, which is invaluable in any musician or session player, that they're able to be on time, and to be early is to be on time. So he was able to get in there, set his drums up. After he set his drums up, Czar and I with Faders Up podcast then went in to set up the microphones. Drum sets, in my experience, have been the hardest instruments to mic. they often take the longest, and they take the longest because you can have a drummer with a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 piece drum set, and each part of that drum set, depending on the production, has to be mic'd accurately. You know, if you're miking the snare, you have to make sure the snare doesn't pick up the hi-hat. If you're miking the kick, you have to make sure the kick mic isn't picking up the toms, or else you're going to have all sorts of phasing issues, bleeding issues, and problems that you may not expect until you're well deep into the mixing process. So once the drummer got set up, we got the mic set up. Now it was about connecting and routing everything. So we got everything plugged in. Now we're testing the levels and trying to get levels, making sure that everything is just working. And of course, that's when all the problems came in. I don't believe in a session without technical difficulties at this point, because it's almost inevitable. It's a blessing when it doesn't happen, but technical difficulties definitely arose in this session. Bro, why do you need an update on the one day I need to use you? Where was this last night? What the hell?
Is it Mac or the Apogee?
Yeah, talking about the firmware and up to date. Like, what the hell?
They ain't updating no firmware on that.
It's up to date today. And I was literally tracking last night. Like, I don't understand why now all of a sudden today.
Apogee does not care about that.
So once we got everything plugged in, everything's up and rolling, we got the session, everything's connecting and looking good. Now we have to figure out why we aren't getting signal in one of our inputs. So we had to do troubleshooting, so understanding signal flow, figuring out if it was a mic issue, a cord issue, an interface issue, or if it was a preamp or compressor issue, or maybe it was a total issue within the computer itself.
Jeez.
What's going on? We just had to figure it out because we weren't getting signal, and understanding the signal flow was very important in that moment. So thankfully, by the time we actually got to the actual recording, it went very smooth. The recording itself, when we finally pressed that command space bar, everything was rolling just fine. We did about 5 to 6 takes, and not too many because you start to lose the magic after a while. So the recording process took us about an hour after about 3 to 4 hours of setting up and connecting everything and getting the technical difficulties out of the way. We had a very smooth process, and we were able to capture an amazing performance. I want to give a super special shout out to Dre'a Ubangee, who just totally delivered this message, who totally took this song, made it her own, and delivered it in a beautiful way. And shout out to everybody who has watched the video, supported, commented. Your comments and your feedback, it means the world. It really does.